Hi everyone, welcome back to Nick's Diecast. In today's video, I'll be showing off my collection of big scale Lego cars. I said a while back that I would do a video on all of my bigger scale Lego cars because throughout the past couple of years, when I've done live streams, oftentimes in my room, I'll have one or several of these cars out on a shelf and I'll, briefly show it. But I figured why not get all of these models together in one place at one time and kind of show them off and everything. This actually is the first time I've had all of these models together in one place at one time. All of these I've gotten over the past 13 going on 14 years or so. Lego doesn't often release a large scale Lego car. And these aren't all the large scale cars that Lego has released in the past, 14, 15 years. There's a few more that I don't have, but these are all the ones that I've gotten over the past 13 years. Either they were gifted to me or I bought them myself. So they're in no particular order or anything. I just kind of lined them up in a way that I thought looked, cool and whatnot. So we'll go ahead and kind of dive in here and see what I have. Up first, I have these two Volkswagens. This is the Volkswagen T1 camper van, and then we have the Volkswagen Beetle. This set is from 2014, and it's also when I built it. So this has been together for almost going on 10 years now, which is kind of cool. And this one is from 2017. And they all have, pretty cool features and everything. Most of these Lego cars, you are going to get, the opening doors and everything. Lots of detail on the insides of the models. In this case, the roof does come off. And you also have this pop-up on here too, which is what the real camper van would actually have. So you can pull this off and you can kind of get a better look at the inside here. This does fold down into a bed. Then you have the folding table with the wine glass on it. You got the lava lamp, these kind of textile curtains in there. This seat right here. And then you got a sink right there as well with the gold faucet. And then you have a t-shirt in the window there. It says "Make Lego Models, Not War." Kind of reminiscent of the 1960s right there. And then you have a pretty decently detailed interior too. You have the steering wheel, which does kind of move back and forth. You have this shifter here, which also moves back and forth. And then you have the nice detailed front seat on there as well. So very cool in terms of details and everything. This door also opens. You have the adjustable side mirror. And then you also have this opening back portion and the engine cover back here too, which is a bit stiff and hard to open. You have the VW 1962 license plate. There's the engine back there. Everything is always brick built, of course, because it is Lego. But I was happy to have this one. Still am. Then next we have the Volkswagen Beetle. This set is from 2017, as I already said. This one has some more cool details on it. There's actually 3 sets of license plates you can put on here. I have the California plates on there right now, but it also came with a set of British plates and I think a 3rd set too. So that's kind of cool. You can change out the plates if that's what you want to do. This also has a cooler, which does come off the roof, complete with some drinks and other items inside, like ice cubes. You also have the surfboard. And I think it's really cool how good these look once they're done. You wouldn't think that like a brick-built Lego car would look so good, but all of these look super cool. These are all from the Creators series, with the exception of the Corvette and the Bugatti, this gigantic Bugatti back here. These are from the Technic series, and this one is from the Lego Racers series, which is now called Lego Speed Champions, and they make much smaller models now in that series, as opposed to these kind of larger scale cars. But back to the Beetle. You also have the opening hood up here with the spare tire that does come out, and the fuel tank with the VW branded gas cap. Adjustable mirrors. Kind of pop that back in place on there. You also have opening doors as well. I can get this on there. All right, got those popped on there. And as I already said, you also have the opening doors on this model as well. You got the adjustable seat backs, which is pretty cool. And the roof does come off of this model as well, so you can kind of get a better look at the inside. And this does come with a beach towel that you have kind of folded in the back seat here. You have the adjustable seat backs, which are pretty cool. And then you have the Volkswagen badge on the steering wheel there. I actually added that on there. Lego did give you a spare VW badge in the set, so I added that on the steering wheel. Then you got the parking brake, which is movable. Super cool. And then you have the engine back here as well. Pretty plain, but that's how Lego sets tend to be with the engine detail. But very, very cool nonetheless. Then you have the license plate back there too. Always loved this Volkswagen model. Lego did make a Volkswagen Beetle model back in around 2008 or so. That one looked very blocky and had all these like stubs showing and everything, but they re-released it in a different color, made it a little bit bigger and more detailed in 2017. So that's very cool. Up next, we have the Porsche 911 Targa, which is based off the 1980 or 1981 version of the real car. You do have the Targa top stowed away in the front trunk here. And that does clip on like so, like that. Very cool. There's your front trunk in there. This also has opening doors. And this one also includes working steering. Lego's more recent large-scale car models have been bigger in terms of size, and I think have also included a lot more kind of finer details and features, which is nice to us say. The prices have gone up a little bit. They're about like $160 or $170 at this point instead of $130 like they were in the past, but you do get bigger models with more details and everything, so I think they do make up for that price hike. Then you have the engine detail back here, complete with the working fan. Very cool. Then you got the New York license plates on here too. There we go, right there. All the shape and everything of all these cars is also very spot on, I would say, for sure. And you also have a nicely detailed interior on the model as well. The seats do fold. You have an extra set of license plates. I kind of store them back here in the footwell. I think these are Japanese plates or something. Then you have that rear seat back there also. And with this set, you can also build the Porsche 911 Turbo. And that has different wheels, the fixed roof, of course, and then you have the spoiler in the back. I went with the Targa because I've always liked the Porsche Targa models. And the seats are also very well done on here too. Then up next, we have my most recent big scale Lego car model. I got this one back in August. My parents got it as a graduation gift for me. This is the 1969 Chevrolet Camaro. And with the Camaro set, you can build either the coupe or the convertible. And you can also pick from 3 different sets of stripes and exposed headlights or hidden headlights. I went with the convertible with the white stripes and the exposed lights. I thought this model turned out very good. It's super cool looking. This also has working steering, much like the Porsche, and folding seats, much like the Porsche. You also have a magazine piece back here, which has a cartoon of a Lego set from 1995 on there. I wish they went with like maybe putting a picture of this set on there, but I guess that set does look pretty cool, I suppose. But the seats, nicely detailed. You even have a 5-cent piece in that kind of storage compartment back there. You have the adjustable shifter, or I guess that this is the parking brake or something. Nice big steering wheel on there too. Then you do have the stickers for the radio as well as the gauge cluster. And the doors do open on here as well. Then you also have an opening trunk back here as well. Does look pretty cool. And then you also have an opening hood with a nicely detailed engine as well. Very nice. You can have the caution fan sticker in the front there too that you can stick on there. But yeah, super cool set. Up next, we have the Ferrari F40. This set was from 2015, also a creator set. This I think they did an awesome job with. And this is complete with the pop-up headlights like you would see on the real car. And you have this opening front luggage compartment here as well. Not really too much to see in there, but it is kind of a self-closing piece like that, which is a cool touch. Then of course you got the opening doors. Very kind of sparse and basic interior like you would see on the real car, but I think they did a good job with the seats, and all these models were very fun to build. They took maybe 2 or 3 days each. I forgot to mention, with the exception of the Bugatti Chiron, that took like almost a whole week to do, but definitely worth it. All these were super fun. But yeah, decent detailing on the interior too. Even have the Ferrari badge on the steering wheel as well. Then you have the engine back here as well. This engine is actually removable as well. If you pull off this rear bumper, you can take out the engine and then kind of put it on your shelf next to the F40 to kind of show it off. I always thought that was a cool touch with the model. And I don't think Lego's done that since making this particular model. So that's something cool to note there. Then up next, we have the oldest car of the bunch here. This is my Lamborghini Gallardo Spider. I got this set back in 2009 for my birthday, and it's been more or less completely constructed ever since then. Over the years, it has, had pieces come off and everything. I did end up redoing the front end at some point, but it's more or less been completely built for all that time, which is very cool. And the really awesome thing about this model is that it does come with a working convertible top. So you pull back the engine cover piece, you pull up the top like that, kind of rest it on the windshield, and then there you go, you have the top up. I always thought that was a very cool feature on here. And with this Gallardo set, you could also build the Gallardo Coupe version as well. And there is some engine detailing in there, not a whole lot, but there's the engine. You can only see when the top is up. And putting the top down is pretty cool too. You just put it back in place like that, then you close the engine cover. You also have the opening front trunk, and the interior detailing is pretty decent. It's mostly just detailed with stickers and everything. That's how these Lego Racers sets were back in the day, but aside from that, I think they did do a good job in here. And this was also very fun to build. Lots of detailing on the door panels, shockingly. They were actually made of a lot of bricks, from what I recall. And then you have the cool looking wheels on there as well. And then we have the 2019 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 from Lego Technic. This is a pretty cool set. It actually has working pistons, as you can see here, and working steering as well. People weren't really a big fan of this set when it came out. I happened to get it for free with Lego VIP points because I bought this Bugatti Chiron set back there. I got both of these in early 2019. I built this one in early 2019, and then I built this in the summer of 2019. But yeah, this is a cool set. And I probably would have paid the retail price for this set. I think 50 bucks was a bit steep, but I think eventually it went down more towards like 45 or 40. I would have probably paid that for it. This is approximately 1/16, 1/17 scale. This one is 1/17 scale. This one's also probably 1/16, same thing with these two. These are probably closer to 1/14 or 1/12, and the Chiron is 1/8 scale, just to keep that in mind. But yeah, the Corvette set is very cool. Last but not least, we have the gigantic 1/8 scale Bugatti Chiron set from Lego Technic. This is not the first or the only super big Lego Technic set that's been made. They also did a Porsche 911 GT3, the current Ferrari Daytona SP3 they have out. I think it's the Daytona SP3. It's the Ferrari Daytona or something. I forget what it's actually called. And then you also have, or had, the Lamborghini Sion in green. But this Chiron, super cool. Was a very challenging build, but in the end, it was worth it. You also have the life-size top speed key that you can use to raise and lower the spoiler. I forget where the exact point is to actually stick this thing, but you can also just raise up and down the spoiler by hand as well, like this, or the rear wing, I should say. It also has the air brake function, like that. You do have the functioning pistons on here too, which is very cool. Has a working gearbox too, which is awesome. And then you also have the opening front trunk up here with the Lego Bugatti luggage, or the Chiron luggage piece, which you can stick in there like that. Awesome model overall. So many pieces. I think they really nailed the overall shape of it. It has kind of that nice raw look to it, like you would typically see for a Technic car set. You can lower the spoiler like that. Engine detailing is very well done. All the different pistons are in there and everything. A lot of the details and the gears and the working features are actually hidden, which is what you kind of see on a lot of these Technic models, unfortunately. But with what you can see, there really is still a lot of cool features. And then you also have the opening doors on here as well. And you can see the seats in there and everything. They say Chiron on the headrests. There's some of the gears and everything down there you can kind of see like that. Then you have the dashboard piece as well, the shifter, and then you have the Bugatti badge, which I added on the kind of center stack here. And then you have the big steering wheel on there as well on that side, along with the gauge clusters. This door opens too, of course. Awesome set. So yeah, all of these Lego car sets, while they are, quite large and can be pricey at times. I think they're all very fun and engaging builds. And if you're able to get them, as long as you're paying the original retail price or not too much above it. Most of these have been discontinued at this point. These two are still being made here, but none of the other ones are. Actually, this Corvette, I think, was recently retired, but the rest of these sets have been retired for at least a few years now. So if you're interested in the retired sets, you can probably expect to pay over a retail for them. Try not to go too much, and if you want to kind of save money, go for a set that was maybe like previously opened or something, and if anything is missing, you can probably just replace it on your own. But unopened sets, or the unopened versions of certain sets here, do go for quite a bit of money, I think, compared to when they were originally sold new and originally still were made. So I think these Lego car sets are very fun and engaging builds. And yeah, they can be a bit pricey and kind of hard to store and everything because they're such big sets, but I think they're very cool. All of these have actually been retired, except for these two sets right here. You can still find those two online and in stores and everything. But the rest of these sets have been retired. So if you're interested in buying any of the retired sets, expect to pay a fair bit over what the original retail price would have been. If you want to save money and get any of the retired large-scale Lego car sets, I would say a good way to do that is to maybe get a set that was previously opened or might have a piece or two missing. They tend to be a little bit cheaper price compared to sealed original box sets. But aside from that, you can still get these two models right here, the Porsche and the Camaro, but you can still find all of these sets on eBay, usually. Prices do vary widely depending on if they're still mint in box or if they're already built. Sometimes you can get a discount if it's already been built, although a lot of times they tend to be more expensive if they're already built because people charge for like the labor that they put into it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show off the whole collection here of bigger scale Lego cars. So feel free to comment down below with your favorite of the bunch here, and let me know if you happen to have any of these sets in your own collection. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.